100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Tonight, the memory of the late Bart Starr will radiate through tonight's proceedings. It's a rematch of the very first Super Bowl ever played between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Wisconsin. Standing by, our Sunday night team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago, and now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
Durable and dependable, but also elite is left tackle David Bakhtiari. He's only missed 6 games in his NFL career. He protects Aaron Rodgers' blind side, and he does it so well. In 2018, named first-team All-Pro for the first time in his career.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
You can't block me. You can't block again.
And again, it's Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run it with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. And now the Chiefs offensive starters.
When you look back to 2014, you wonder how running back Damian Williams went undrafted. He's been productive in Miami, been productive in Kansas City, and in 2018 had the highest yards per attempt in his career with the Kansas City Chiefs.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see. Off the draw, here's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And that's complete to Adams.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers got a man. That's Allison. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice. Where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On second down, Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a long. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montravius Adams with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline,
but when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Check.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, it's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now the pressure gets to him again. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will knock things up here late in the 1st half. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good. Yeah,
Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Here we go.
Well, we want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, we have a couple of throwback heavyweights of the AFC from the 1970s, the Dolphins and the Steelers from Heinz Field. Kickoff at 8:15 Eastern Time. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. 2nd down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 53.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he floated one out there incomplete. Rodgers to throw on second down. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And the athleticism on this spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. We're back now in KC. It's the Packers who have the football but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Rodgers on the money to the tight end, Graham, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's go. 26. 53. Mike, 53.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Let's go.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Rodgers to throw once more. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. About catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger on is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Check 53, Mike. Come on, Mike, 53. Inside. Mike. Get up.
Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Number 53, Mike 53.
On first down, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers throwing again. And this is incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Butker on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. Wall right.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up.
The busy night continues for Williams. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Back to throw. Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, I got number 80. I got number 80. Here we go.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We